bags where horror lies.
Hey everybody, how you doing? It's week 91 here on Body Bags. I'm OUTSIDER365. Hello to everybody. Hope you're having a good week. And what we're all talking about this week is our favorite franchise movies and stuff. And my favorite franchise is Friday the 13th, okay? But I can't really talk about Friday the 13th because on my own channel, which I'll put a link to, I have reviewed all 12 existing movies. And I've also reviewed the documentaries, and I've also done a least favorite to favorite thing on them and stuff. So I'd just be doing the same review that I've done already, so I've opted out of that. So another franchise that is a favorite of mine is the Nightmare on Elm Street one. One movie's already been reviewed this week, and I think another one might be as well. But so I've chosen to review Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2, Freddy's Revenge, which came out in 1985. So if you haven't seen it, I'm going to kind of tell you the gist of the movie, what it's about and stuff. There's this family, the lead character in this is this guy called Jesse. And his family have just moved into the house from part 1, Heather Langenkamp's house and stuff, because they got, he finds out, soon into it that his dad got a cheap price for it because of it, and he moves in. But basically, he starts having these horrendous nightmares. That all kind of based around Freddy. He's dreaming he's Freddy. He's dreaming that Freddy is coming after him. He's just having these terrible nightmares and stuff. And then as he's new to the area and stuff, there's a kind of girl that has an interest with him, and she kind of after a while kind of becomes very concerned about him, and she kind of leads to try and help him and stuff. And basically body count kind of rises and stuff as he's trying to determine what the fuck is going on. They find Heather Langenkamp's diary, because he's got the same bedroom that she was in and stuff, and she kind of talks about Freddy, and then he's having images and delusions, and he's not sure what's real is real and all this kind of stuff. And overall, it's not a bad movie. Pretty good sequel. And in the countdown that I did, least favorite to favorite, I think this was like my number 3. I think this movie it's overlooked by a lot of fans that don't like the movie, and there's certain reasons for that and shit. There was like, when I saw documentaries a few years ago, they did talk about this movie and basically say that it was voted on a website. I can't remember the name of it because I don't have one of those kind of fucking memories, but it was basically voted the most inadvertently gayest horror movies of all time. It would other things like The Lost Boys and all that stuff, which it wasn't meant to be, but I think there was a gay production crew on this movie, and there's a lot of inside jokes. Like Jesse has a no girls allowed sign on his door as a teenage guy, and there's like a board game that's called Probe, and there's that fucking dance he does with the shades on where he's closing the chest of drawer with his ass and all that kind of stuff. And there's there's a few lines in there and stuff, and there's the Coach Schneider. Jesse goes out one night for a beer, and he doesn't know where he is. He's in an S&M bar. It's like the fucking Blue Oyster from Police Academy, and the fucking coach is in there all, like he hangs out in the Blue Oyster club. The club, not the fucking band. That place from Police Academy. There's those kind of references, and also in this, there's a few little things. There's one, the roles are reversed, whereas the femme fatale is Jesse, the guy. He's the scream queen in this, and that's not me making a joke or anything. It's that he screams like all the time, like when he wakes up screaming, and he's screaming, and like he's got such a high-pitched scream. And the girl in it is kind of the heroic, she's the guy. She's like pulling him to safety. She's coming up with the ideas. She's there at the big battle at the end. So those roles are reversed. Other thing in this movie is Freddy doesn't really have the glove. When you see him, the blades and shit are coming out of his fingers, which again is different from all the other movies. And also, this movie doesn't have any of the original soundtrack in it. It has its own music, it has its own score, so it separates itself from the other series with those points I've said. The other one is that this one breaks rules all over the fucking place. Like, Wes Craven wasn't involved in this, Bob Shea, the guy that was kind of running New Line, basically, he had disagreements with Craven over the first one, and I think Wes waived a lot of his rights or something away for sequels and all that. He really didn't have that much to do with, I think he didn't put into 3 and New Nightmares and stuff, but this was kind of done without him. I've lost the run of myself. What was I fucking talking about? So yeah, I know. I remember what I was talking about. So the whole thing about Freddy only existing in the dream world isn't quite true in this. There's that scene at the girl's birthday party or whatever, where they're out by the pool and all this stuff, and Freddy appears, and you know nobody's dreaming he's in real life. It's like a rule been broken. I think that happens another couple of times in the movie as well, where nobody's dreaming and Freddy's there. It's like you know. Not meant to. That doesn't kind of go with the whole mythos of Freddy, and the other things really that I could point out that don't kind of flow with it. No, I thought apart from the kind of campness of a lot of stuff that is. The first time I saw this, I was barely a fucking teenager, which was a long time ago, and all that, as I said, gay references and little inside jokes were, you know, way over my head. Didn't pick up on them until years later, and somebody pointed them out, and you know, online. I was like, oh shit, really? I'm fucking missed all that, you know, because I wasn't thinking like that. But Freddy in this, I think, is very good. Robert Englund, who incidentally, was not cast originally for this, I think, because he didn't really, you know, the part 1 was a very, very low budget movie, Johnny Depp's first movie. The only real kind of person in part 1 was John Saxon, you know, but and the same kind of with this, they were going low budget, and I think Robert Englund, considering he's the fucking star of the show, wanted a little bit of a raise, and it wasn't given it to him, and he was kind of fired, and they started shooting the movie. I think some of that first scene with the bus, I think some of it is not Robert Englund. And then I think as they got further into the production of the movie, they realized that, oh shit, we can't just put the fucking mask on and the glove and say it's Freddy. It doesn't fucking work. It is Robert Englund. So they had to stop production, get Robert back, and have him as Freddy, and it works. He's very intense in this, you know. I always thought in the later movies he was a bit of a goofy bastard. It was all one-liners and the Wizard of Oz fucking thing, oh my pretty, and you know, the game show thing. And you know, Freddy became a fucking comedian rather than this demon in dreams, you know. So in this movie, he's very intense. The voice is down. Makeup looks okay. The not having the glove thing is weird because it's, you know, on the cover, this is a German one. On the cover, he's got the glove, and on the back, you know, Jesse has the glove. But you know, the nails are in the blades are in the fingers and stuff, so it's weird. But overall, I'd give this a fuck yeah. It's a fucking, I love this franchise, and I really, really like this movie. It's one of those ones that originally it wasn't one of my kind of top picks, but it sure goddamn is now. I'm OUTSIDER365, been talking about A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 on favorite franchise weeks here on the Body Bags channel. If you haven't already subscribed, and thanks very much for watching. See you guys. Bye-bye.